Well, hello and welcome to the January 2026 edition of the Be More Mancroft podcast. I'm Edward Carter.
And I'm Judy Ball.
And it's lovely you've joined us again. Well, Judy, January, goodness me, another year begins. I can't quite believe it. I don't know, where do the years go?
I know, it's frightening.
Yeah. So when it gets to, well, the 1st of January, do you make a New Year's resolution ever or not?
I used to, but invariably they failed. I didn't keep them.
You must have, surely you must have kept one.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Right.
So I must admit I don't.
No. Well, it might be wise not to.
I just wonder what the year is going to bring.
Yeah.
And leave it at that, really.
Well, that's a nice thing to wonder, of course. Yes, I do a similar thing, really. I kind of make a mental note of what's been good or otherwise about the previous year, and then sort of think. I suppose I do sometimes think, what maybe if there is something I would like to achieve in the coming year. You know, I don't hold myself to it, but perhaps if I've got something in mind, I might make a note of it as a bit of a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things I would like to do, which I started last year, didn't finish, and I thought I ought to finish a painting I'm doing, and I started it in, way back, and it's just got left. Yes, I must try and finish that. I could call that a resolution.
I think so. I think so. Yeah. Well, in a year's time, I'll ask you whether you managed to finish the painting. Yeah. And of course, December's very busy in the church, and January is not so busy, which in a way it's nice to have the both, but it's nice to have a bit of a quieter time.
I think you're right. After all the hustle and bustle, because December was very, very hectic, and the welcoming days. I mean, I think it was 512 people.
Right.
I counted up coming through when I was on duty one day.
That was one of the days in December.
It was a Saturday morning, admittedly.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah,
but it was so busy, and chatting to somebody in church, and they said, "Oh, it is quite nice actually to have a bit of peace and quiet sometimes."
Yeah, a bit quieter, yes. Yes, and of course, actually, January, we always think of December as being Christmas and all of that, and that's true in a way. All the carol services are through December. But we remember the 12 days of Christmas, don't we? And that runs into January, so that's this month. And then we get to 12th night. Do you take all your Christmas decorations down on 12th night?
Yes. Or just before.
Yes,
I don't leave them after.
No.
6th of January for me.
Is it 6th?
Yes, 6th
or 5th? I'm not sure. Yeah, it depends which day you start counting on. Yeah, probably, yeah.
True.
But the 6th of January is definitely the Epiphany.
Yes.
Feast of the Epiphany, which is when the Magi, the wise men arrive.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so Christmas tide's a great thing. I'm a great fan of the 12 days of Christmas, definitely.
Me too.
Yeah. And actually, I met someone in the church the other day, and he was in with his family, and they found the crib, because we leave the crib up, the crib set, for the 12 days of Christmas.
Yes.
And so, actually, should we listen to what he said now?
Yes.
Well, I'm here in the church, and I've met someone who's just come in from outside, and I'm just asking you what you think of the church, what you like about the church.
Well, firstly, just the most amazing space, amazing building, and these spaces are just always so welcoming as well. I think that's the nice part. You always feel welcome, and just fantastic building. So really welcoming and beautiful views.
Yeah, nice. And it's still quite Christmassy at the moment, of course. Yeah, so Christmas decorations. And the crib, you were looking at the crib. What do you think of the crib?
Oh, astonishing, yeah. Amazing work. Nice to see things getting reused, and especially at Christmas time when there's probably so much waste going on, isn't there? So, nice to see something that looks amazing out of what is, I guess, essentially rubbish. Yeah. So, really, really nice.
Awesome. Oh, thanks so much. Thank you.
No problem.
That was very interesting, listening to that gentleman talking about the crib. I must admit, I think it's very true what he says. There's a lot of waste at Christmas, and it's wonderful to think of things being used. I have to admit, when I first saw it, I did have mixed views about it. I think I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I have a nativity scene at home, a crib with that, and I have my ideas. But now, of course, I realise now, looking at it now, and I've become quite fond of it now.
Yeah, I mean, it was first made, of course, 5 years ago at the first pandemic Christmas.
Yes, it was.
And it was because different people, congregations, schools, charities, everyone really couldn't come to the church for their usual carol service. And so we said, would you like to help make a new crib set, a kind of lockdown crib set.
Yes.
It was someone's idea to make it like a community art project, really. And it just caught people's imagination.
Yes.
And
it's worked.
So, yes. Well, I think so. And then extra things have been added to it over the years.
Yes,
so it's got a whole story to it. Yeah. Yes, I think it's not everyone's cup of tea, but a lot of people I've met, and again this year, have really been intrigued by it and spoken warmly of it. Yeah. I particularly like the wise man bringing gold who's in a wheelchair.
I know.
Have you ever seen a crib set with a wheelchair?
I haven't.
No, and
brilliant.
actually that's lovely because it includes, it includes everyone really, doesn't it? Yeah, yes. But it was nice what the man, that visitor, said about just a sense of welcome at the church and the space, the actual building.
And the building.
Yeah. I mean, it's got an amazing tall roof, of course, and sort of lovely symmetry about it. But a real sense of life as well. Yeah. Well, it's quite a job keeping a big old building like that going, of course.
Yes, I know.
And I had a chance just the other day to chat with Nick Jackson.
Oh, yes.
And he's on our church council, but he's actually our fabric officer as well. He has quite an eye for the building. So I thought maybe we could listen to that interview I did with him now.
I'd like to hear that.
Well, I'm here at the church. I'm here with Nick Jackson. Nick, you've been very involved with the church in all sorts of ways over many years, but you're something called the fabric officer. Now, what's that got to do with fabric exactly?
I am. It doesn't relate to fabric as a material, as in the church furnishings themselves, but is about the fabric of the building, so the bricks or stone in this case, stone and mortar of the building, and the woodwork, and the roof, keeping it all in good condition.
Yeah, and of course this is something that you're very knowledgeable about and quite an expert in, really, because of your day job, as it were. But this is a voluntary role here at the church, being fabric officer, isn't it?
It is. I suppose at St Peter Mancroft it sits almost between a voluntary and professional role. It's there's a lot that's going on and has been for the last 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
In cathedrals, things are happening all the time. In smaller churches, there might be something happening once in a generation, and so it's
Yeah. And I always imagine that when it comes to the fabric of the building, there's two categories really. One is keeping the maintenance good, whatever, if something falls off the roof, putting it back on. And then other moments when there's a big project, something exciting, some big development of the building. But sticking with the kind of maintenance side first, there's something called a quinquennial report, isn't there? To tell us a bit about that.
There is. So all churches, whether they're important listed ones or not, have to have an inspection every 5 years by a qualified architect or surveyor to ensure, to check on the condition of the church and plan maintenance going forward. And this applies not just to churches, actually. It also applies to big country houses and things like National Trust properties that are in common care, where they're not in the care of a single individual but a trust.
Okay.
It's a fairly standard practice.
Yeah. And then the idea is that you spot problems in good time, I suppose, and you can then have a plan to work on them.
Yes, the report gives you a detailed list of all the defects in the building.
Okay.
It usually gives a sort of estimate of how much it will cost to repair and a big total at the bottom, which usually comes to a few millions. But
my goodness. And there was a quinquennial report here at Mancroft a year or two back now, wasn't there? Last year, was it?
Oh, it was a couple of years ago, I think.
Yeah. And was that a huge list of things? And have we done any of those things yet?
We've always at St Peter Mancroft tried to pretty much keep up with our list. So there are bigger projects such as cleaning the outside of the church, which will take a generation and we'll do more slowly. Yeah. But the sort of more urgent maintenance, yes, we're keeping up with. So just a few years ago, we replaced all the lead on the south aisle roof, which was something that was identified many years ago, in fact, the first quinquennial when they brought the system in.
Oh, wow. So that's decades ago then?
I think it was about 1959.
Oh, my goodness.
They said it needed replacing perhaps within the next 10 years.
Right.
So it was patched and it lasted a long time, so it did.
We finally got there on that one. Yeah, that's brilliant. And then, so things like whitewashing the walls as well. I've noticed the north side of the church is in need of a bit of whitewashing.
It is. We've done the south side. That was part of the same project with the south aisle roof.
Yes.
And now the plan is to do the north side as well, and hopefully that will take place early in the new year. We're just trying to get the prices to work. And,
sure. Good.
Builders lined up.
Well, I guess there are sort of specialist contractors that come and work on medieval churches, are there?
There are certain builders around the county that really specialise in churches.
Yeah, fantastic. And then, so on the big project side of things, of course, actually this last decade or so, there have been some huge things, haven't there? I mean, the chancel reordering at the front, you were quite involved with that, I think.
I was. I did the design for that work, which involved detaching the choir stalls, which had been arranged very rigidly in a sort of collegiate style around 1900. And moving them out the way and making it all level so that we could use it for much more flexibly for events and liturgy.
Indeed, yes, and that is wonderful to be able to do.
And it's working well.
Yeah. You can fit quite a large orchestra in the front now if the stalls are all moved to one side.
Before, you really couldn't fit more than about a quartet. It was remarkable for the size of the church.
So that's really good. And were there any other sort of more hidden parts of that particular chancel reordering project, things that perhaps we don't really notice?
There were issues that we were resolving at the same time. So parts of the floor had sunk because when it was last relaid in the late 19th century, they just put it on a loose fill, and so things had settled. We thought we might come across bigger tombs and things, but happily there wasn't too much significant archaeology there. Yeah. And also we tried to do some future-proofing, putting ducts under the floor for electric cables and things, which are still used. Yeah.
And then another very big project, a bit more recent, was the solar panels and the air source heat pumps. And actually the new lighting was kind of part of that, but in a way separate.
It was. The lighting almost finished off the East End project because it needed doing because we'd moved the sort of focus of activities slightly.
Yes. But you were involved in helping design and oversee all of that project as well, of course.
Coordinating the solar installers and the heat pump installers and the lighting specialists.
Fantastic. But there's not another enormous project waiting in the wings, is there?
I rather hope not, actually.
No, I was hoping you'd say that.
Certainly, the last bishop was quite keen that we sort of drew a bit of a line under major projects here at Mancroft for a little while. Yeah.
Well, the building is an amazing building, of course. So many people come in and love just being in the space. And the lovely east window, which is actually even better lit now, of course, with the new lighting. There's much to enjoy about Mancroft. What's your favourite thing in the building, do you think? It's a very difficult question to put to you, I know, to answer, but what really shines for you at Mancroft?
It is a difficult thing. I think one of the things I like is just its friendly atmosphere as a building.
So people as well,
People thing as well, but you can feel it in the stones of the building. And if you come in early in the morning and you're opening up, it's not a scary church. You don't feel as though you're surrounded by ghosts and ghouls as you might elsewhere. But I
suppose the brightness of it as well, isn't it? All the plain glass. Yeah.
So I just like the overall atmosphere. Really.
That's wonderful. Very good. Very good. Well, Nick, it's lovely to chat with you. There we are, fabric officer. It's quite a role to have, really, isn't it? Very important role. So we're very lucky, very blessed to have you in the role.
Thank you.
So thank you for chatting today.
Well, I enjoyed listening to that interview. Yeah. And I learned a lot, actually. Yeah. With this quinquennial, I can't even pronounce it.
Yes. But it's, so the Latin word for 5 is Quintus, is it, or something else? So every 5 years. It's a bit of a fancy way of saying, let's have an every 5-year inspection of the building.
So this whitewashing is taking place, isn't it? But not too major work coming up.
That's the plan, to do some whitewashing, maybe even this month in January. Yeah. But I loved what Nick said about the building, actually.
Yes, and about being light and airy. Yes, and also, I've been in the church on my own on occasions. Yes. Never been scary at all. It's just that there is a welcoming atmosphere. There really is. Yeah. And as for parts of things that I like, I love the font.
The font, yes.
I mean, it's quite elaborate, isn't it? It's a beautiful font.
Just at the back there. So it's near the way in. You know why fonts are near the way in, do you?
No.
Because it's the start of your Christian journey. So it's where you start and first come into the church. Yeah. So that's traditionally fonts were always, near the main way in, near the door. Yeah.
Steps worry me a bit when I watch whoever is big with you carrying the baby up and
go up all the steps. Well, I'll tell you what, even more than the steps, what worries me is those low bits of wood sort of coming down off the canopy.
Of course, yes.
Because I'm quite tall, so I'm worried, and I have bumped my head once or twice.
You?
But luckily, not so hard that I've knocked myself out. That really would be a disaster. Yeah. Yeah, no, the font is lovely. But yes, it isn't a scary building, is it?
No.
I mean, churches can be lovely, beautiful places, but they can in the dark.
They can be a bit creepy.
Bit creepy, yeah. But I've never, ever felt that about Mancroft.
No, I haven't.
I think because it's so light and and even in the middle of the night, there's always actually light coming in from the city as well.
Yes, there would be.
So you
you
can kind of see your way around.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, do you have a quinquennial done on your house regularly? Or not, sort of?
Not really.
No, I mean, and I'm not quite sure. Well, actually, vicarages do, now I think about it. Yeah, they have an inspection every now and again, yeah. So at the vicarage, someone will come round with a clipboard saying, oh, yes, that pipe needs...
That reminds me, when my husband was alive, we were in, he was in the Air Force.
Oh, yes.
And married quarters, we used to have inspections.
Yes. Well, it's probably a similar thing, really. Unless they were checking you made your bed properly or something. I don't know, in the military.
The housing officer used to come round and just check that we were keeping things in order.
Good, right. Well,
that was annually, though.
Yeah, right. Well, it's good to keep a building in good nick, because if you leave things, they just get worse and worse.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yeah, and actually that did make me think. It's a bit of a vicar type thing to say, but maybe we should think in terms of a sort of spiritual, annual checkup or even quinquennial or something like that. How's not just the tiles on the roof, but how am I doing?
Exactly. Yes, that's true.
As a spiritual person. Oh, I'll have to think about that.
So we're learning things.
Maybe I should do a quick inspection on you, Julie. So tell me about no. Let's not go there. No. But in all seriousness, it is an interesting thing just to reflect on our lives before God, really, and the prayers that we say, and actually how we follow that great commandment. Love our neighbour as ourselves.
Our neighbours ourselves, yes.
Yeah,
right.
So important. Yeah. Well, I was down a few days ago, down on Gentleman's Walk, and just enjoying being with people, because it's lovely to wander around. And I got chatting with one of the buskers.
Oh, did you?
Which was lovely, actually. Yeah, he was a bit nervous because he could see I was a vicar, so he was a bit nervous. But we got chatting, and I asked him what he liked about Norwich. And I'll play the clip now.
Go
actually,
on.
yeah. Well, I'm out here and on Gentleman's Walk, lovely busy, and actually one of the buskers here. And what do you really like about Norwich?
I think what I like about Norwich are the people that are in it, rather than the city itself. I've got some special people here, which we should be proud of.
That is so cool. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Thank you. Bye.
Well, the busker was quite right about the people, wasn't he? Because a lot of people, and I think a lot of people say it's atmosphere and the way people are in Norwich when they're walking around, smiles. A lot of people do smile, don't they? Yeah. You don't get too many miserable people about.
Well, I suppose some, but lots of smiling people.
We've got several buskers anyway, haven't we, around?
Yes, there are a lot, particularly Gentleman's Walk. Yes. Just occasionally, if we're doing something a bit quiet in church and someone's really going for it on Gentleman's Walk, it can be that's a tiny bit annoying. But no, not really. It's always lovely to hear. Yeah.
Yes, and it's important. People are as important as the church building itself, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, people make a place, of course, don't they? And yes, I'm really fascinated by that relationship between people and the places. Yeah, I mean, if we talk about home, then that's only a home because of the people who live there.
Exactly.
But it is a place, and if we were taken somewhere else, we'd kind of know it wasn't home in the same way, unless we started making it into a new home. So it is really interesting, yeah. Yeah, and having Norwich as a home city is a lovely thing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, St. Peter Mancroft, have you been asked on any of your welcome duties who was St. Peter Mancroft?
Oh, yes, several times.
Yeah. So, but I mean recently, in the last few days or not?
No, I haven't recently in the last few days. I think someone did before Christmas.
Okay.
Someone said to me about it. But,
yes, I mean, I'm often asked, what does it mean?
3 weeks ago.
And I just play a straight bat and say, well, it was a geographical. And actually, I've got quite good at explaining how there were different St. Peter's churches and all that. But it would be nice, wouldn't it, if perhaps St. Peter Mancroft was a special, particular saint and patron saint of something. Yeah.
New Year resolutions?
Yes.
What about that?
Of course. St. Peter Mancroft, absolutely. He is the patron saint of New Year's resolutions, which means you ought to make a New Year's resolution.
I know.
Well, you've made one.
I have made one about the painting, yes.
Yeah. I shall have to think about mine, a bit more. Oh, well. Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. Good old St. Peter Mancroft.
Yep.
What would we do without it?
Well, exactly.
Well, Judy, it's been lovely to chat.
Yes,
and
it has been
January, well, I'm sure it'll go in a flash,
yes,
and the year will unfold.
Exactly.
But, of course, the day's starting to get longer as well, gradually.
Yes, so, I'm watching and waiting.
Yeah, and but still quite cold and wintry, so I'm sure we'll get through it.
Yes, I know we will.
Well, thanks for chatting today.
No, I've enjoyed it.